definition of a boss. Right. It does. That's not a universal.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
That wouldn't be my definition. Because to me, if you are not in a position to put other people in,
boom, that's what I'm talking about. Boom, you're not a boss. That's
but I was a sole proprietor.
Exactly.
I had no employees. So and this is what I did. I had to go back to corporate America, right, to get to a bag and got put in a position where I was a person of influence that I was able to put other black people in positions. That's when I said, okay, now I'm a boss. You know what I'm saying? Because this person could sit there and say, this person really put her foot down and put forth me a pathway for me to go from this to this in short order with immediate results. Not 10 years down the line, like I got put in place, I got promoted 2 months later. Hey brother, guess what? How long you been here? You know how to do this? Guess what? I'm about to get you a promotion. Now you $20,000 up. Now we all gonna eat, and that's what we do. Now I feel like, okay, maybe I'm boss like.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I might have done things before, like Torrance may have given me a reference that helped me get a job. I may have given somebody else the same reference, but I wasn't the sole reason why they.
Exactly.
So I can't say that. So that was bossish. You know what I'm saying? But maybe not boss. But until you are in a position to literally put somebody else in place, like, look, you need a job? I got a job for you. You come work for me. Or you can come work for us. I got you. All you got to do is give me your stuff. Now, I'm hire you. I'm the hiring manager. You in here. Period.
As y'all, you guys would say, period, Pooh.
Just like that. Just like that.
It's absolute.
Are there any more cups?
If you a boss of your own island like Gilligan, I mean, I don't know. You know, that's subjective.
No.
That's selfish boss.
That's subjective.
That's selfish boss.
No, it's actually not. It's subjective because in order to say that you're a boss, what are you bossing? Exactly. You're right. You have to have employees. You have to have.
Feel like they don't look at it like that.
No, today I think they want to have a title. Most women don't have the title of wife. Most women don't have the title of girlfriend. So they want to find a title that is subjective. That is, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm a boss. I got this. I got that. I got this. I got that.
I ain't think about that. Hey, I ain't think about that. Right.
A boss like a certain amount of financial
They doing
freedom.
it because of the title.
Yes.
You kind of have a missus, so he'll be on SS instead of an MRS.
Yes.
I'll save it for the show.
We already taking.
Yeah, we taking already.
We intro like that. Hey, I'm gonna run grab that for us. Good intro. This is another episode of Picking Up the Pieces. We have a few guests here today, and they're incredibly intellectual as well as intelligent. And our topic today is, what is our topic today, partner?
Boss chicks, submissive chicks,
traditional
chicks.
What would you consider yourself?
What would you consider yourself to be? And before we got to taping, I could say that I think every woman started off as the traditional chick.
I believe so.
You know, I mean, if we go like, I mean, I don't know how you feel biblically, but Adam and Eve, let's go flesh and real, you know, creativity or whatever you want to call it. I feel as if like the woman came into the game to be like part of her companion, but the companion, for so many different reasons, the man separates. He flows around. He does not stay locked into his rib. So then that creates the boss chicks. That creates the women that gotta do this shit on their own because they were forced to do it on their own. That creates in a lot of situations. Okay. They were forced to do it on their own.
Yeah, because we be absent. The reality of the situation is we be dead, penitentiary, and absent. Absent.
Emotionally unavailable. Maybe you're present, but you're not present. So
Indeed.
You know, I mean, if the void of traditional women is because there's a void of traditional men. In my opinion, women follow men.
Indeed.
Men don't follow women. We follow men. So what you're seeing right now.
Say that again. Men don't follow.
Men don't follow women. We follow y'all.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all set the
Absolutely.
tone.
Whatever it
Men
is
sets
that
the
men
tone.
are seeing in women now is really a reflection of
Yes.
themselves.
Yes.
The positive, the assertiveness, the I don't
Absolutely.
need nobody, that I can do this, I'm financially secure, I'm this, as well as the other part. So it's really a reflection because, I mean, you got to say it
Good
like this.
reflection of me, shorty. Good.
Right, you
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? And so if it's something about women in general that men in general don't like, I think you start from within because we follow y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And so myself, I consider myself a traditional boss.
Okay. I was gonna say the same
Hey, I
thing,
was gonna get to
Fast.
that.
I was gonna say
I
the
was
same
gonna get to
thing.
that.
I love that.
Awaiting
Love
the
that.
next moment to be submissive.
And period.
Awaiting the next opportunity.
Period.
Because, listen, I've been a girlfriend, the first baby mamas of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Or the first child, or what is gonna be a first with me, right? Side bitch, real wife, on paper down in Hamilton County, all of that, right?
Yep.
The thing about it is, though, you gotta have opportunities to be submissive. And I think most women, not all women, because all women did not have any kind of traditional role model. Maybe their grandmama was single, their great grandmama was single. They never had a positive, maybe male role model. And so
Right.
they don't know what traditional is.
Exactly.
Some of us do. Some of us did have, but with the tradition, I feel like the word traditional is being shitted on in a way because traditional women were always boss bitches.
Period.
They was always strong.
Period.
They strength in a different way.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Women now, boss bitches, according to like pop culture or society or whatever, they use their sexuality as a weapon. And traditional women did too. They withhold the pussy if they
Sure
man wasn't
will.
doing right.
Get
You
your
see what I'm
ass on the
saying? You
couch.
not doing right. You going out working, but you blowing all the money drinking or down at the bar or whatever men was doing or whatever,
Gambling.
or other women, other families that you had. You're not taking care of them. I'ma withhold. I'm not gonna bark about it.
Right.
I ain't gonna.
Right.
You pussy nigga.
Yeah.
You a munch? No. We're not gonna do that.
Right.
But guess what? I'm gonna be unavailable for you emotionally.
Emotionally.
When you want to talk about what happened after work, I done got busy with the kids. I'm
Yep.
doing something else, but I'm still strong. I'm still a boss because I'm still running shit.
I'm still running this corporation
You know
called
what
this
I'm saying?
household.
So it's just a way of how you
That's the
display
real
your
CEO,
strength.
yeah.
And I feel like women now feel so vulnerable. We feel so vulnerable, and I'm just saying we as a collective, we feel so vulnerable that we feel like we gotta attack first. You see what I'm saying?
Indeed.
I ain't gonna give you no chance to shit on me, nigga, because I'm gonna shit on you. Because I'm a better bitch than you. Because I'm a more boss than you. I got more money than you. Suck my dick. I mean, some
Just
of them are
like
disrespectful,
that.
degrading
Yes.
shit
Just
out.
like
Yes.
that.
Because I'm gonna hurt you before you have a chance to hurt me.
yeah.
Like my granddaddy
women have
hurt my
evolved
grandmama.
into
that.
Like my daddy hurt my mama. Like my baby daddy hurt me. Like my own father
Yeah.
might have hurt me. So I'm
Yep.
gonna strike first. So I'm not an MRS. I'm a
Absolutely.
BOSS.
Right.
Now work with that. Work with that, and that's
Right.
you know.
Pussy
Right.
ass.
See what you saying? It goes back to what you said in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
About women having to play that type of role. Well, see, that's all by design. Women back in the 50s and 60s, women was like in the household. They were playing the mother role. The men, but see, the men were doing real household jobs. They were electricians, plumbers, and stuff like that.
Trade.
You know what I'm saying? When the 70s came and they made the men get out the household by giving women these welfare checks. It separated the whole household, the whole family dynamic got changed. It made women become boss chicks inadvertently. And it made niggas become Rolling Stones, free will. Like, what, I ain't gotta be there.
I
Hold
love
up,
that
you know what I'm saying? I can take
love
my
that
shoes
part.
and put them in the car. I can roam. They gave us free will to roam like that.
Right.
And the system is all by design. It's all about breaking down the black family structure.
Right.
And that's what it happened. Because y'all shouldn't have. Because back when our great grandmothers was doing shit, our grandfathers coming to work, they going to work and coming home, bringing home the check. We had no problem doing that. And the woman was doing the right thing, paying the bills, taking care of the household.
Absolutely.
Where did that stop at?
Absolutely.
Where did that stop?
When the
Absolutely.
check stopped,
Well,
that's
that's-
when it stopped.
No, it stopped when the welfare checks came in. That's when
I was about to say, I think it stopped with exploitation of our poverty.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because they forced the fathers out of the household. They made women become boss chicks. It took the tradition from our household. From our culture. It took the tradition all the way from us.
gave them where they could, because in my
And now they
case
the problem.
management,
Because they're the one paying the bill, so they calling all the shots. The government is the father of the household now.
That's
right.
the,
Y'all
that's
think
the,
it depend on too
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna just give you an example, like for me, like our family, like the patriarch of our family, my grandfather who passed away, right? He was from Real, Georgia, right? So he came up, him and my grandmother got married, they had their kids, whatever. They moved from downtown, West End, moved out to the zone, right? So all my aunties, let me tell you something, like all my
Shout out
aunties
to the Heights.
was all married. I never
Zone
grew up
fit in.
saying we was in the hood, we was poor, we wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? My grandfather just had a different type of thing about him to where he hated the white man so much. By extension, the government, he wished the fuck he would let somebody get on welfare. You come back home before you get a welfare check. I take care of you, right? So I never had that growing up. I always saw, I mean, my aunties, uncles, everybody got up and worked. Now, my great grandma was at home. She was the nurturer for the kids and the grandkids. She was the person at home when everybody came home from school to the house. It was the house, the family house where everybody could gather, no matter what. She was always there. She cooked the meals. My grandma, my granddaddy worked. My mama, my daddy worked. All my aunties and my uncles worked. Everybody worked. So that's all I saw coming up.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So
That
I think
example.
it depends on where that matriarchal or patriarchal spirit
For
came
sure.
from. My great grandma was an entrepreneur. She had an investigative business downtown in West End back in the 30s, 40s.
Word.
You see what I'm saying? So that spirit, and I think living in the zone, it was such an entrepreneurial spirit. Not that mad people was on welfare, don't get me wrong, but it was just a pride that you had to where people did a little bit better sticking with their families. I think the urbanization of us, the breaking apart.
Yeah,
You
that
live
part.
over here on the west side. I live in Avondale.
Desegregation for
Great
All my
zones.
cousins live right down the street,
Yeah.
right around the corner,
Yeah.
right here. My auntie right here. We
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. Instead of I gotta catch a bus to go to my grandma's house, they split us up bad.
Right.
So even if the daddy wasn't around, it was an uncle or somebody that was at Big
Somebody,
Mama
yeah.
house.
Absolutely.
But we
Yeah.
don't live close to Big Mama no
Absolutely,
more.
absolutely.
Everybody got their own apartment.
For $10, so yeah, they're going
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We
Yeah.
broke away from the
makes
family
sense.
structure. Bad.
It makes sense.
Indeed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think everything is pretty much, it's an agenda. And the agenda, I believe, is to somehow make sure that the black man appears to be weak. Because if we can't lead, which is our natural God-given ability as authoritarians, as the protector, if we can't play our role of being the leader, then what happens with the family? What happens with our tribe moving forward? She already said it. It's broken down. Dysfunctionalism is substituted. Agendas are set in. We're going to give the woman Section 8. We're going to give the woman the stamps and so on and so forth. Now the man is actually deprived of the power that he's supposed to hold in being the provider. It is so strategic with the agendas. It's crazy to make sure that we always appear to not be strong but to be weak. And you run that all the way back to slavery days. Anytime a black man stood up on the plantation, the first thing that the white man said was, "We're going to break you." Symbolism. If you ever pay attention to the Levi jeans, on the back of on the patch of the Levi's, it's showing a horse pulling a man apart. Well, no, I'm sorry. They have different things there. The real part is, the realness of it is the horse. They used to tie a black man to a horse and rip his arms off when he thought that he was going to be a king, when he thought that the other slaves were looking up to him and that he would be able to rescue them. So we're going to show you something. We're going to jump you, about 30 of us. We're going to rape you, and then we're going to rip you apart to show you that you're nothing to the black woman. And so that has to convert into something else in today's society. And I think that's what you actually popping it about. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So what we're talking about is the truest example of divide and conquer. Right? Break the motherfucker apart. Separate them motherfuckers because
Word.
they're too strong together.
Word.
They too fucking strong together.
Word.
I think the boss woman today is a direct result of them taking the black man out of the household, and it's a direct result of dudes talking about, "I'm gonna flip your income tax check," and they got that. When I came home from the penitentiary, I said, "Man, I say the women are the dudes now." I said
women are
because
niggas.
the level, I think the quality
And they
of men
better.
has diminished so much that women say, "Damn, I can do this on my own." Then most of them like, "Hold up, they getting girlfriends like, girl, we can do this on our own. What we need this nigga for?
Right.
What, you know what I'm saying? We can do this on our own. Like,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And in lies the boss mindset.
Word.
Boss mindset.
Word.
So we throw one thing around too, right? We threw the boss word around, right? Boss chick, boss this, right? Then you got men always calling themselves kings.
I do that. I do
Really-
that.
But you know what?
I used to do that.
If we're gonna throw titles, let's start acting like it. King. And you know what a king does? Leads his tribe. Don't run from it. So it goes into, we sitting here now, we getting older and older. We're becoming the elders, right? But we keep repeating the same fucking behavior.
That's because that's what we was taught.
But damn, man, we motherfuckers woke now, right? People's eyes are open now, right? So just because that's what we were taught, can we break the motherfucking cycle, or are we gonna continue the damn cycle?
The cycle benefits. You know, let's just be real. Like every man don't want to be a king. He don't want to lead. He don't want to do. Just like every woman won't want to be submissive, even if she had a possibility, even if she had whatever. Everybody is not going to, and I think that's where we always fall apart at, because we always trying to save every damn. Like,
That's
we
real.
gonna save every fucking
Can't
body.
save
hear you, I hear you.
everybody.
I'm
It's
listening.
impossible.
Right here
Yes.
is the start of the
Yes.
saving.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Me and my people that I know, whoever I have a circle of influence over, whoever you have a circle of influence over, whoever you have a circle, and we all reach out to our circles, and then the circle get bigger.
Absolutely.
The whole fucking nation. The whole nation don't want to
Right here, it starts right
There
here.
are people who benefit from black men seeming weak.
Yes.
Like I always question, like when the fuck
This
did
is
black
right.
men become the face of trans?
Hey.
When the fuck do we become the face of gay anything?
Yeah.
Like I was just trying to figure that, like gay, like when it first came out, first getting strong politically, because it's a political movement.
It is.
Gotta believe it.
Indeed it
It's
is.
not a
Gotta
lifestyle.
believe it.
It's a political
All
movement.
agendas.
And that was why I was upset. I'm sorry to interrupt you,
you're
but that
fine.
was why I was upset with Obama, because you fought harder for those type of rights than our civil
I love
rights.
him with all my
like
heart.
as I love him with all my heart, but
But-
he didn't fight for black rights.
But we said in the barbershop all the time,
He did,
Obama
he
would have
did.
got killed. I mean,
No,
I
if
wish
he
would-
did it-
if he would have acted too black in there for real.
Indeed,
they would've
but do you
got
think
killed.
Dr. Martin Luther King would have gave a fuck about that though if he
Nah,
was
but
up
he's
there
a different
today?
type of-
Well,
he's a
doctor
different-
is gone.
I think he's a
Different
May
type
rest
of
in
leader.
peace.
Right.
The doctor is gone.
Different type
May he
of
rest in
leader.
peace.
He literally sacrificed himself for us.
He did, and that's what you would have to do today.
He
Cause
wasn't-
But that's what we had to do yesterday and the day
wasn't-
before
he's not that
yesterday.
man.
Everybody
So
wanna
what
do
the what
that.
the
He wasn't
fuck?
that man.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a fierce
He
type
wasn't
dude.
that
I'm
man.
not willing to sacrifice myself for, you know.
He wasn't that
No,
man.
Somebody gotta
For the
pay
masses?
Come on.
Somebody gotta pay the bond
Smurf,
money.
come on, man.
I'll pay their bond. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
I pay the bond money, baby, but I ain't.
Ah,
Hey, my
Ain't
dad.
nobody for that. Like, ain't nobody gonna be the savior right now because too many people too comfortable. Too many of us is doing too alright. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be to where everybody down there back against the wall for something like, alright. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
right now ain't nobody gonna do it.
That front line
We
shit?
happy about the folding chair right now. That show of black unity.
Yeah, right.
We
That-
was happy about that.
Come on
You see what I'm
now.
saying? But we ain't ready to die though. We ain't up
That's
yet.
a tough
So you can't really compare. I mean, I'm not saying all of us. Some of us are now. But
You
those
have
are
to
not the
be willing.
ones that we know about or that's being pushed out or sharpened. No, that you know, no disrespect.
No disrespect,
I love
but-
our elders, but ain't nobody taking no bullets. But ain't nobody built
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
We
yeah.
just had our moment
We
during
can
the
take bullets
pandemic.
for dumb
And they
shit,
had a
but
march
not
downtown.
for
but not for what
like
the
Who
fuck
I
we
was
did.
they'll
down
take
there.
bullets for the block, but not for
Yeah,
the whole.
but
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
It-
That's why they still here too. Like any black male that really stands up,
He gone.
they're gonna find a way to get you out of here,
Gone
right?
today.
But the issue is, all the power is in that one individual. We got to teach 100,000
Yes.
of us,
Yes.
because we got to set it up where where you can't kill the movement.
Right.
Right.
Because you can
Right.
kill a movement by killing one man. You see what happened with Malcolm. You see what happened with Medgar Evers. You see what happened with, I don't like to say Martin because we all know Martin. But we got to speak about other strong social, other strong
What was the dude
individuals.
from Chicago? They shot him in his sleep.
Who?
The dude from yeah.
What's his
They
name?
just made the movie?
shot him in his sleep.
Man, they made those,
They just made the movie.
Judas and the Black Messiah after him.
Huh?
Come on, man.
Jeff.
Yes.
People like Asada
Come
Shakur.
on, man.
There's
Asada
a
Shakur.
lot of people
Hey,
that's been in
we don't
the
have
movement.
mics on y'all, so when y'all pop it, you got to talk like me.
That's gonna be hard. That's gonna
I know
be
you
hard.
hate that.
That's gonna be hard.
You gotta talk like me.
You had men like that. Of course, you had traditional women. Look at those men.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
right, right.
Check
Those
this out.
men.
Check this out, though.
Exactly.
And they was boss women though. They was bosses though. Coretta Scott King right up there with Martin.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know
Miss
Martin-
X right up there with Malcolm.
Miss
You know what I'm
Shabazz,
saying? Miss
absolutely.
Shabazz. Like they was right there. It was bosses. They was running stuff. They was getting threats too. They was dealing with stuff too. They was
Word.
managing them kids. They
Absolutely.
was managing the
Absolutely.
movement. They was managing their men, keeping their heads strong. They, you know what I'm saying? Make sure they get out there and fight strong and be strong. They couldn't do all that yelling. They weren't getting cooked and fussed with and all that the right way.
That's right.
They couldn't. So they was doing it. They was still bosses. But look at the men though. Not saying it's not worthy men. It's worthy men. It's worthy women today. But
Absolutely.
Seem like never the twain shall meet because what we need we don't like, and what we like we don't.
Oh,
You know,
come
we feel
on,
like
man.
we
Why
don't-
is it like that?
Agendas. Push the agendas. Agendas, hidden
It's,
agendas.
it's like I'm a boss dude, and I'm my boss because I own my own business. I ain't
Word.
working
With
for nobody for
employees.
30 years, and I married a boss. My wife, I would consider her boss by the income she make, and plus she owns businesses, and she she creates employment opportunities for other people. You know what I'm saying? But with two bosses, listen, I wouldn't advise a boss not to deal with another underling because you have to deal with somebody on your level.
It's that
Absolutely.
equally
Equal
yoked,
yoke.
that type of
Because
thing.
if
Yes,
a boss
sir.
is dealing
Yes,
with
sir.
somebody else that's on their level, you basically just taking care of somebody. You know what I'm saying? And there's a certain level of expectation if I'm taking care of you. Of course, I expect this and that from you because I'm paying on the bill on the ball.
Right, word.
You know what I'm saying? But if I got somebody that's my equal, that's on the same level, that's doing the same type of thing as I'm doing, now we got to come to some kind of agreement. How we want our household to be ran. You know what I'm saying? And there's no concrete answers with this. It's about what works for each individual couple. You know what I'm saying? You
That's
know?
right. But when it comes to that, the running of the household, I think the traditional woman comes into that. Even though we're both bosses, right? Like you said.
Right.
At some point, the traditional woman has to come into play and say, yes, we together and we both bosses, but I'm still gonna somehow follow your lead, right?
Yeah.
And that part comes in where the, I don't like to say this word because my sisters take it wrong. That's where the submissiveness comes in at. Not that you're submitting to him, but you're submitting to the idea of, whoa, this is my I come from his rib. I know you guys don't like us to say that, but I do come from his rib. There's to a certain extent, I owe this man a submissiveness, whether or not it's cooking, whether or not it's cleaning, or whether or not it's, yes, we're both bosses, but you take the lead. You take the lead in that.
definitely agree on that.
You with me? Does that make sense? I got my man, couple brothers stepped in today, just stepped in. My main man, Smurf. Everybody knows Smurf. He needs actually no introduction. Smurf, can you introduce yourself real quick, man? Matter of fact, this segment is about boss. Which would you prefer to be? A boss woman or a traditional lady? That's what this segment is about. So it's not about, I wanted to tell them, like, you understand what it means to be a boss because you've had employees. Sam Kimball, what's up? How you living? You gotta speak up too. Remember, you gotta talk like me, Sam.
Speaking to the camera right there.
Just talk. The camera's on.
Yeah,
All right.
Yes, sir.
So Sam Kimball, this brother has his own business, has had both of them. They started their businesses like almost 25 years ago.
30-something.
With the OGs to selling clothes, just like Def Chris was the originator to selling the cell phones. That got
Street
away.
life.
That got away from us. But these brothers, Smurf as well as Sam Kimball, they are individuals that have held their own businesses and have been bosses with employees. So they're going to be, and they're both married, so they'll be able to speak from an understanding of what it feels like to either have a boss woman or a traditional lady at the crib. And before you guys came, she said, I am both of them. I am a boss traditional woman. And I was going to ask that, is that possible for a woman that has that masculine boss mentality to also be a traditional woman?
How can a
I
woman
haven't
be
seen it.
masculine?
How can a woman be masculine?
'Cause you say
aggressive out of her mouth, aggressive physically towards you, aggressive with certain moves without sitting down and speaking with her husband about it. You know, these are signs of masculinity. that should not be actually being displayed.
I think they're more signs of immaturity.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's
I'ma
what,
say
because
that.
a younger woman that's taking care of business and an older boss chick is going to move totally different. My wife, me and her work in tandem. You know, I don't expect. I was single for so long. I don't expect my wife to come home and cook and clean, and I don't. My mother taught me how to cook and clean. And I do my own laundry. I've been single for so long. I do my stuff a certain way anyway. I mean, my wife, like, I do a lot of the cooking in the house. I've been vegan for the past 6 months, me and my wife. So I do a lot of the cooking in the household anyway, you know, for both of us. You can't have a woman that's going to have a 8-hour job that's bringing home 6 figures and then run her own business for another 4 hours a day and think she's going to come home and do traditional wife, type stuff.
It's a partnership. You got a good partnership going
That's
on.
why we're
Yes,
partners. It's a household that's being ran and we running it in tandem. You know what I'm saying? It's like marriage is a business, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be with a CEO, a CFO, this, you know what I'm saying? Now I come
Marriage is a business.
I might come home and give her all the money to pay the bills. Like he paid my shop bills and everything. He paid, you know what I'm saying? And I cook, I clean, I cut the grass, I do the yard work. You know, it's all part of our program. We got a plan. Like I'm 50 years old, bro. I got about 10 more years to be working hard for real. And I'm through. We about to sell off into the sunset.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Live off investments. You
Yes,
know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So everything we doing right now is real strategic. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So
But you gotta be on the same
did
plan like
you
that.
create like that plan, or did it just flow? Like,
Well,
you know what
I've only been married to my wife for 4 years. I met her 5 years ago.
Gotcha.
I married her after a year. But at that age, you know, in mid-40s, we knew I've been married before. She'd been married before. We knew what we was like. Hey, we got 20-something years to make this happen for weekend. So what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I make this amount. You
On
make this
average,
amount.
20 more years.
Yeah, let's you know, and you know, at this age, bro, you got to be serious about what you're doing. I tell people all the time, don't be out here trying to date if you ain't really, you don't know what you're looking for. If you don't know if you don't know who you are, why are you trying to bring somebody else into the mix? Like, you know, I'm like, you
That's
know,
good.
it's like it makes no sense to be. A lot of people out here dating just to be adding problems to another person's life. You know what I'm saying? If you can't pay your bills, what you out here? You can't take nobody out to eat or, you know what I'm saying, go on a vacation or two. What is you out here in the mix for? Like, get yourself together first.
It's a lot of
And
robbers
then get
out
out
here.
there.
There's a
You know
lot
what I'm
of
saying?
robbers out here.
People ain't out. I did a video last night. I was jumping in the car to my little impromptu videos, getting off of there.
Right.
And I was like, why you gonna pull up to McDonald's expecting steak and lobster? Like, you say you want one thing.
Can you say that again?
Why you gonna pull up to McDonald's, White Castles, whatever, and expect steak and lobster? Like,
Heard
you pulled up for a slider, and that's what the fuck you gonna get is a damn slider. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. Like, stop playing. Like, if you really saying you want a good woman, like, what are you doing to get good woman energy? You know what I'm saying? Are you kind and compassionate? You don't have to be aggressive or whatever. Like, are you caring? Are you giving off those type of vibes that
'Cause
would make
it's a two-way
somebody
street.
want to submit? Like, for me, it's more of a spiritual thing. Because I submit to God. You see what I'm saying? So if I feel like I find somebody that they submit to God, like they gonna pray about it. Like, I don't really know, let's pray about it, whatever. They got that spirituality, then I feel way more comfortable than a nigga that's submitting to weed or just submitting to liquor or just submitting to their own mind. Or they don't have no other layer of accountability, if you want to say that. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, you gotta, if that's what you want, build and walk like you want. Get that action like you want it. You see what I'm saying? If I go into, like I said, a little hood bar or whatever, I ain't expecting red card treatment. I ain't expecting, you know what I'm saying, cloth napkins and all the bathroom pristine. I'm expecting hood bar treatment.
Gotcha.
However, you know, if I pull up to another somewhere out, you know what
Shout
I'm
out
saying,
to-
overlooking
shout out
something
to
with
Ants.
some scenery,
Period.
and they got somebody playing piano, and then all of it's a fireplace and all this type of shit, then you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then I'm gonna govern myself accordingly, and my expectations is gonna rise as well.
Absolutely.
Because I done made them rise. I done put myself in the presence of what I want. If this is the kind of lifestyle I want, I need to start being in them type of places. I ain't gonna never find steak and lobster at McDonald's. You know what I'm
Period.
saying? That just ain't McRib. That ain't the same. That shit ain't the same. It ain't the
Say
same.
that
So,
McRib ain't the same.
look, this gonna fuck y'all up. Maybe it won't, maybe it won't. I think if men want traditional women, they gotta stop letting women raise their kids by themselves. Because, especially if you got a son, because a lot of times, like, that's the reason why it's best to have both. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a balance, right?
Both parents in the household.
If you
Absolutely.
a woman with a son, you're gonna raise your son totally different than you raise your daughter.
Period.
You raising your daughter to be independent. You raising her to be able to make decisions. You teaching her how to do all the household stuff. Yeah, traditionally, but you teaching her to do it so she can do it by herself.
Word.
You're not raising
Personal
her.
empowerment.
Right. And then for the son, a lot of women raise, the next hot killers out here. They enable them. They don't prepare them for manhood. They don't make them suffer consequences. So the woman becomes either a mother of, like, that's too hard. She don't know how to show no affection. She never told her son she loved her. Never said, I love you, hug, kiss. She ain't that type of mama. You a boy. You a man. Toughen up. Quit crying. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. All that hard ass shit.
Teaching him fight versus what's right.
Right? So if you really want a soft and woman, you got to take that role away from her, because in her mind, she thinking she building a man.
Exactly.
And what you building is somebody who's emotionally unavailable and inept to deal with anything. They don't know how to love. They don't know how to accept love. But they ain't never seen both. They ain't never seen either one.
You created a brick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you want a traditional woman, raise your kids.
Hell yeah. Don't
All right.
run from 'em.
This is a great conversation going on. This is an episode of Picking Up the Pieces, where we're speaking about what is it that we can do within our community between black and brown people to build up ourselves, to build up what's taking place in our home as well as our community. And today's topic is about, which do you prefer to be, young ladies, or my beautiful women, modern day boss chick or traditional woman? We're about to take a break for a hot second. We need to pay some bills. We'll come right back at you. Please like, share, and subscribe.